The Prime Minister Rishi Sunak recently pledged rapidly to purge 400 pieces of European Union legislation that still sit on the UK statute book. The parliamentary process is underway. Some suggest it is even more than that, and it may take years. Well, I recently listened to some of the debate that was going on in the House of Lords, and I heard the brilliant Michael Dobbs, the playwright and novelist of House of Cards fame, accusing some of his fellow peers of dragging their feet with the whole process. And it just drew my attention to the old adage that many of our elite ruling class never really wanted to leave the European Union and perhaps will continue to use all manner of devices to prevaricate when it comes to actually getting the thing done. Now, the European Union and the European Economic Community before it, of course, needed a rule book to protect the cherished single market and indeed the core values of the free mobility of goods, labour and capital. Get it wrong, and the penalties can be severe. Now, none of this should be confused with the European Convention on Human Rights, which is nobbling so many UK attempts at the moment to control our own borders that we now have the power so to do, having left the European Union via Brexit. That is an entirely separate device and a separate structure of courts and the rest of it. Although the Guardian newspaper, interestingly, recently reported that they realise in Brussels that there is a growing problem with illegal migration. Front page of The Observer today is also well worth mulling over. It reports that a secret cross-party summit has been held to address the failure of Brexit and to how to remedy, they go on to suggest, all of these matters in the national interest. Well, it's not so secret now because it's all over the Observer newspaper and there are about three or four pages within it, and it is well worth reading. Just as a reminder of how tricky those rules can be if you breach them, the United Kingdom recently had to pay the European Union £2.3 billion in relation to a disagreement over the importation of Chinese textiles and footwear between 2011 and 2017, when, of course, we were still a part of the European Union. That was then, this is now. Post-referendum, and of course we are out. Plus, the Minister for the government's newly created Science and Technology Department has signalled that the United Kingdom is ready to go it alone if the European Union does not agree to Britain's post-Brexit terms of membership.